What's up? Hey, today we're bringing back. I know, I'm huge. I'm like the biggest person in the game. This has been one of your top requested videos. So today I'm going to share 5 of my favorite exercises for getting that toned back, tiny waist look. Plus, I'm going to touch on the nutrition side of things because if you want to grow or shrink any part of your body, you can do it. You are in control of your body, okay? You just have to find the right balance between training and nutrition. So if you're excited for this video, if you are ready for the straight facts, then shoot me a thumbs up and let's get into it. Wide grip lat pull down. I know it's not a new and exciting exercise, but it's a really important exercise if you want to build your lats, okay? That major muscle group on your back, it's gonna help create that V taper shape down towards your waist. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you've no doubt seen people at the gym before using this machine and just really, going to war with the exercise, throwing their body, their weight, their savings, their hopes, their dreams, like everything that they've got into this exercise, which doesn't look right, but at the same time, if you're just starting out, it can be kind of confusing. So setting up with our hands just beyond shoulder width apart, front of your body in line with the bar, try to pull vertically down. Try to pull in like an exact straight line from here. If you're keeping your arms as straight as they can go, it's kind of awkward. Doesn't feel good on your shoulders. Like I'm doing this, do this with me. It doesn't feel good. This is because in order to safely and effectively perform the lat pull down, you need to first pull your shoulders down and back, which in doing this, what happens? My chest moves forward slightly and we get this nice little arch in our upper back that makes room for the bar to come down overhead. This is how much lean you need. It's very subtle. It's really only happening through the upper back as a result of pulling your shoulders down and back and then pulling the bar towards your chest. The rest of my upper body is staying tight, core tight, mid and lower back neutral. So we're keeping this movement as focused as possible on those lat muscles, which is the goal because the lats are gonna help us create that V taper toward your waist. Smith machine pull-up. Okay, this exercise will humble you because your feet are planted on the ground. You cannot use momentum. You cannot swing your legs. You can't do that little kip that some people do to get up on the pull-up, all right? This is forcing you to be that much stricter with your form and completely drive this movement through your upper body using those back muscles. Just like the lat pull down, I start with my chest in line with the bar, shoulders up on my ears, then I initiate the movement by pulling my shoulders down and back. As I continue to pull up, I'm trying to stay as heavy as possible using my back muscles rather than pushing with my legs. Now, if this is too difficult, you can use your legs for assistance and you can vary the intensity by changing the position of your feet. So feet closer to your body makes the movement easier, whereas feet further from your body makes the movement harder. This is a great alternative if your gym doesn't have an assisted pull-up machine, or if you're just trying to build up the strength to do your first unassisted pull-up. This exercise is another one that you can add into the mix. Inverted row. Don't be fooled. This bodyweight exercise bites, okay? If you just think about it, the pull-up is a bodyweight exercise. And how many people can just walk outside, grab a bar, and do a pull-up? So that's still a very challenging movement despite being bodyweight. This is like that, except instead of pulling vertically, we're pulling horizontally, all right? So your vertical pull exercises are your pull-ups, your lat pull-downs, any exercise where you are pulling the weight parallel to your body. All right, whereas a horizontal pulling exercise include exercises like this, your rows, or any exercise where you're pulling the resistance perpendicular to your body. So the benefit of horizontal pulling exercises is that in addition to engaging your lats, all right, that major muscle group that contributes towards that V taper shape down towards your waist, we're also going to be engaging your upper back as well as the muscles around your shoulders. Okay, your rear delts, your rhomboids, your traps, those muscles that are really important to develop in order to maintain healthy shoulders and healthy posture, as well as back cleavage. So here I'm using a Smith machine, but you can totally do this in a squat rack as well. The key is just that you can get the bar to the right height for your body. I set the bar at a height where when I'm hanging down and my arms are straight, my back is just hovering off the ground. From there, what I do is when I'm hanging, I get into kind of a glute bridge position. So my back is lower than my knees, and I am squeezing through my glutes, keeping them tight, keeping my ribs down and my core tight before I initiate the movement. And there's actually two ways I like to do this movement. One is where I really overemphasize the shoulder movement, and the other is where I do the movement a bit more continuous. Kable Single Arm Row, all right? The devil is in the details. You can rush through this exercise. You can be loosey-goosey. It can be a good, easy time, all right? But if you are deliberate, if you control every inch of the range of motion, this will light your back up. Being a horizontal pulling exercise, this is gonna hit your lats, your upper back, your shoulders. But what makes this exercise different is that because we're performing it with one arm, that allows us to really focus on that mind-muscle connection, as well as getting a full range of motion. As you can see, I'm starting this movement with my shoulder fully released forward, and when done right, you shouldn't just be feeling that your joint is forward, but you should feel a deep stretch in that area behind your armpit. Now, what's really important with this exercise is that we are not twisting our spine. All right, either way, we got to reach for that handle. We got to get that handle if we're going to do the row. There's two ways we can get there. We can either release our shoulder forward to get that handle, or we can twist our spine to reach for that handle. What happens when you twist your spine is that we're no longer getting that nice stretch in that area behind our shoulder, and we're now loading a twisted spine, which is not a great idea if you care about having a healthy spine and not ending up with back injuries or pain. So once you get into that starting position, you're going to initiate the movement by pulling back through your shoulder, then driving down and back through your elbow. If you want a little extra credit, if you want to go that extra distance, go that extra mile, you can try adding a pause and hold to the end of the range of motion. Okay, so still keeping that spine neutral. What this is going to do is that's going to increase your time under tension, which will provide even more of a stimulus to your muscles. Finally, we have the overhead extension to pull down. So I've traditionally performed this exercise standing, but today I decided to do it seated, and I actually really liked it because I found that it just reduced what I was focusing on. I didn't have to worry about balance. I didn't have to worry about where my feet were. I could just focus 100% on what my upper body was doing. So what's cool about this is that it actually combines a vertical and horizontal pull. Because I've set the cable up so high, I initiate the movement by pulling more vertically, but then as my torso shifts back, we end with a more horizontal pull. This isn't an exercise I'd load up super heavy, but it would make a great finisher at the end of your workout in the 15 to 20 rep range, or even if you just took it to failure. I don't think that doing finishers is 100% necessary, especially if you're already doing heavy vertical pulling and heavy horizontal pulling movements as part of your routine, but they're a great way to help bring up a lagging body part, especially if you don't want to rework the rest of what you're doing. What is up? Welcome back to my kitchen. We have returned. It's a mess in here. I really hate showing you guys when my kitchen's messy because I don't like it. But I was baking this morning and I thought I had more time than I did. I didn't. We had to go to the gym. Then we got back, so it's still messy. And you know, I have to eat the food because I'm hungry now. But we can deal with it because we're about to make the crispy sesame tempeh stir fry from the team plans, and it is so freaking good. It's gonna rock your world. So here I've got some pre-prepped sticky rice because hello, sticky rice is the best. That'll be my carb source. I have got some tempeh, which I accidentally bought bacon flavored, which not my fave, but I just cut it into little squares, which I will then crisp up. So that's my protein source. And then I just chopped up some of the veggies I had in my fridge. So some white onion, some broccoli, some yellow pepper to add volume to the meal and help it feel more satisfying. Of course, we also got to add flavor. Okay, I know veggies can taste great on their own, but I like a little garnish. I like a little extra. So I whisked together some soy sauce, sriracha, maple syrup, for a sweet and salty vibe on top of all this. Okay, now that our little tempehs are cooking, let's chat nutrition. From a muscle standpoint, what's important post-workout is that you are getting some form of protein to help with muscle recovery, and that you're getting some form of carbs to help with energy recovery. Now, fat loss comes down to calories in versus calories out. A calorie is just a unit of energy. It is not this big, scary, mysterious thing. Just like how you might say that somebody is 5'2", you could also say, oh, she is about half a tree. We commonly use feet to describe somebody's height, but there are also other things you could use. So calorie is just the most common term that we use to describe the energy that we get from food. In order to lose weight, in order to lose fat, you have to be at an energy deficit. So you're burning more energy than you're taking in. So just saying calories in versus calories out, while true, I do think is a little bit misleading, because if you can do basic math, you can track calories. Anybody can do it, right? That's not the challenging part. The challenging part is sticking with it, is making it a lifestyle that lasts. And having this when you're just getting into fitness and you're trying to like really make a change in your lifestyle and really make a change with your diet, having the added pressure of trying to imagine yourself tracking everything you eat for the rest of your life, like, it ain't helping. This is why I now follow a simple system for portion control instead. I know which nutrients I need at which times of the day. So for example, like I said, I make sure I'm getting protein, I make sure I'm getting carbs post-workout. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of veggie to just add some volume to my meal, to add some color and flavor, as well as adding a little bit of fat as garnish, right? So an oil-based dressing or some nuts or seeds on top. Those are really great ways to add a little bit of fat to your meal, to add flavor so that you're actually feeling satisfied after you finish your meal. Sure, like some days I probably have a half cup of rice versus a 3/4 cup of rice. There are little fluctuations that happen day to day. If you are generally eating the right nutrients, generally paying attention to your portions, and making an effort in a way that you actually enjoy, you are gonna get much better results than you would trying to follow something that is unsustainable for you. So if the idea of tracking calories is terrifying, if it's something maybe you've tried before and you couldn't stick with, don't feel like that is the only way to get results. I feel like I could ramble on and on and on about this. I've like got a lot to say on it, okay? But I gotta go get my tempeh, I gotta get my food because it smells amazing. So if you like this video, make sure to shoot me a thumbs up. If you would like to learn more about portion control and my approach to it, I have linked the team plans down below. These are my workout and nutrition plans that include this recipe, tons of other recipes, tons of info on my approach to full body training, all that jazz. I linked it down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.